it's Jessica, and today I'm going to share with you some of my favorite drugstore brushes. I've got some face brushes, some eye brushes. These are all ones, honestly, most of these are dirty because I use them every single day. So let's go ahead and get into it. So the first brush that I had to mention is a newbie to my collection, but it quickly became my favorite blush brush I've ever owned, ever. And it is the Sonia Kashuk number 29 brush. Now, I will say the Sonia Kashuk brushes are a little bit more expensive than the other ones I'm gonna mention. They can range from like $10 to $20 depending on what kind of brush and how big it is. But honestly, you guys, they're just so good. I had to still mention them. Plus, you can get them at Target, which is kind of drugstore, you know. Anyway, this one is perfectly round and it's tapered just enough that when you get powdered blush on it, it just applies it so perfectly where you want it. It's never too much in one spot. It diffuses it perfectly. I don't know, like I feel like there's so many different blush brush shapes that I've never settled on one that I was like, that's just right for my face. But for some reason, this one is exactly what I needed. And the handle is really like kind of ergonomic, like it's really easy to hold and comfortable to hold. The other one I'm gonna mention is the number 2 brush by Sonia Kashuk. And it's very, very, very similar. But it's just a little bit pinched in. So this one I've actually been using just to kind of lightly contour and even to bronze up here because it's not so big that I'm getting bronzer or contour powder everywhere, but it's big enough that it kind of, again, diffuses it really, really well so it's not a really harsh line. If you want a harsh line, this might not be the brush you'd want for it, but I love these so, so much. I want to get all of them. So some more face brushes. These next few are from Real Techniques. This one is their powder brush and it's just huge and fluffy. I mean, it's as big as like my forehead here, my nose, whatever. They're amazing. They're really, really sturdy and well made, you can tell. They can stand upright, which can be kind of cool, but at the same time it's big. So when you put it like in a brush cup or something, it kind of takes up a lot of room for no reason, which kind of is annoying, but that's kind of slight, like that doesn't really matter. But anyway, again, it's really, really soft. These, I've had this one for probably 3 or 4 years. Oh my gosh, if not more, I don't know, for a long, long time. And it has withstood everything. Like it has lasted so many washes, they don't shed. These are incredible brushes. So I love this one. Another favorite is their, what is it actually called? Their Expert Face Brush. And I actually own more than one of these because I love them. They're incredibly, ridiculously soft. This is perfect for applying foundation or concealer. It's so good with cream products, kind of that synthetic feel to it, but you can actually get out, like when you're cleaning this brush, you can actually get all the foundation out. I feel like I own so many foundation-y type brushes that when I try and clean it, no matter how long I'm cleaning it, I just can't get all the foundation out. This one gets perfectly clean. And again, this one I feel like I've had for like 2 or 3 years, but it's just soft enough that it buffs things in so beautifully. And it's kind of the one I reach for, I travel with every time I'm traveling because I know that it can do not only my foundation, but also concealer here. It just blends it so seamlessly. And it's small enough to get in there, but big enough to still cover your face pretty quickly. So I love that. Another, this is kind of a random brush favorite. It's kind of eyes, but it's for like, I use it to set my under eyes. So it's for like concealer, powder type things. And I think it's literally worn off. I've used it so much. I think it's called their setting brush. I'll have all of this stuff listed and linked below. But it's, again, really small, but it's really tapered, very fluffy and soft. And it's just the perfect thing to dip into like I use today, the Bare Minerals Well Rested powder. And that's a really, really heavy powder, but it does such a good job of blending it so it looks flawless. But you can also use, you know, translucent powders, whatever. You can take it down the bridge of your nose, get your philtrum. I mean, there's so much you can do with this. It is lovely. Now, I think it is too big to do like your eyes, probably, but I love it. The last ones I'm gonna mention, I have one more face and then a bunch of eye ones. These are by Elle. And Elle, I feel like their brushes can be hit or miss. Sometimes they can be incredible, like the ones I'm gonna mention, and some of them are just kind of like, so hit or miss, but I would say more often than not, they're pretty awesome. Now, their studio line, of course, is their better line of brushes versus their professionals, but this one is their Elle again, it doesn't say it. I think it's just their powder brush. This one has been around for quite a while. YouTubers have raved about this brush. It's crazy soft, like a flat top kabuki type brush. It's great for cream foundation, but I actually like to use it. This is one that after a while, if you use it with cream foundation, it's really hard to get clean, and even when you do, it's like messed up the consistency of the brush. So for $3, I usually at that point would just buy a new one because it's been like a year or so. But I actually like this for mineral foundation or baking, because with those really finely milled powders, you can really get this flat top in, it'll hold on to it and just place it where you want it and let it sit, or wherever you're putting it. It really is good for that at just packing on powder, and then of course you'll need to dust it away, probably. But I love it for that. So if you've never tried it for that and you like to use mineral powders, or maybe you do like the baking technique, which is different, but it's really good for it. Eye brushes. I've got two from the Studio line. One of them is the Elle blending brush, and this one has a lot of surface area, so it's really good at packing on colors on the lid, or even just right under your brow bone, just to kind of get some lighter color up there. Well, maybe not. I don't really use it for that. I usually just use it to pack color on the lid, but it's thin enough this way that you could actually get in the crease with it too, so it's totally a multitasker. The other one is my favorite eye brush of all time. I have used it every day since I've owned it. Every day. Every day. It is the Elle crease brush, and it is thin but really soft, so you can get whatever color in, and it goes right in your crease perfectly, exactly where you want it. It doesn't spread out too much. Then you can take a fluffier brush to kind of blend the edges, but this is incredible. I need to own a couple because I'm always using this one, and I always need to clean it, and then I have to wait for it to dry. This next one is the professional line. It's their defining eye brush, and I have had like 4 of these because I love them. It is angled and really, really thin, and it's really soft. For their cheaper brushes, it's still really soft. And I like this for my lower lash line, like if I'm just kind of smoking something out, or it's really good, it's a little bit big, but you could still do like your inner corner with it, or just to get your outer corner of your eye, because it's really tight, so you can get a dark color and place it exactly, precisely where you want it, and then blend it out a little bit. But the last one I'm going to mention kind of ties in with this one. This is their Elle Professional Smudge Eye Sponge, and it's, honestly, you could get it from any brand. This is just the one I have. But this eye sponge is just, kind of circular, and I love just getting a darker color. I used it today, and just doing my outer corner with this and just kind of smudging it out so it's not as harsh. It's just the perfect tool for that. Again, this is another brush I travel with everywhere because I use it all the time. You could put liner, if you will, like shadow liner on your upper lash line. You could use it for a ton, but I love it. And it just hit me, the eye pencil that I love, the Define and Fill from Maybelline, I love it because it's a sponge like this that is in like a brow powder, and then I kind of put it on my brows. I'm just now connecting that I could totally use this in a brow powder and see if that works just as well. I might try that because I love this. So those were all my drugstore brush picks that I love. I have loved for a very long time. Some of these I bought more than once. Other ones have just lasted me so long I haven't needed to. I hope this video was helpful to you guys, and if you'd like to check out more of my many drugstore hauls and drugstore reviews and try-ons, I will link those videos and playlists down below for you to watch, and I hope that you'll subscribe to catch more drugstore videos, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!